Here's Jason, and this is our son.
And we're here to talk about hydroponic system that we built for HDB residents so that they can grow their own vegetables. And we actually use DFT system. So before we head on, right, DFT is actually a technique that is used in hydroponics to grow various vegetables. So now let's head on to the different techniques. So this is where the plant is actually being placed, and this is actually one whole module. So you can actually just take it out and bring it back and then adjust to whatever you need and then put it back in. Okay, so this is the bed where actually the water flows. As you can see, you can actually adjust the depth of this whole system, and all you have to do is just place it in, and it's actually secured by Velcro. And moving on, you can actually see there's actually a drain valve for each bed. So this is to help you with the cleaning process, and you can just drain your water whenever you want to clean your bed. Okay, this is actually the temperature sensors. As you can see, this is actually the supply line. So this comes from the tank itself, and this is what it connects each bed to one another. So this is actually to enable the flow between one bed, the flow of nutrients, and to restock nutrients when they are low. Okay, our product actually enables two tanks to be operated. So this actually allows you to have two types of vegetables. All you have to do is actually just open the valve or close the valve to actually have two or one tank. And here is actually our drain valve, so it's easy for you to clear out the water so that you can clean the tank. So all you have to do is just add on the fitting that we gave you, and all you have to do is just turn it on, and it will just drain for you. Okay, as you can see, this is actually your controller, and it will show you the setup process. So it's vital to have an SD card with all the preloaded settings and a real-time clock so that you know that when the sensors or the motors have to be activated. And you'll see a sensor diagnostics where you'll show that your preloaded settings. So most of the times we actually at the start we have all the sensors deactivated at first, and then it will send the settings for the pump timings and then for on and off and dusk and dawn timings also. Okay, so if you want to change the settings, all you have to do is just trigger one of the keypad, and then it will lead you to a setup menu. Okay, so for now we're just going to look at some basic settings where you just activate and deactivate sensors. So for now let's say we want to check the temperature sensor of the pin here. So the first pin, so we want to activate that pin, so we can actually look through. We have a capacity of 5 sensors, so we're just going to activate one of it. So we're not going to calibrate, we have preloaded calibrated values of it, and we're just going to activate it, and the sensor is activated. So how can you know that if the sensor is activated? You just go back home, so you can press monitor. Then under monitor you can look at temperature. Okay, so before we actually monitor it, we're just going to test run this whole system of stabilizing temperature. So once we actually start, you can see actually the sensor is active. So what my partner is going to do is he's going to pour some hot water into the system. So right now the temperature reading is around 24.6, 24.8. It's fluctuating. So now my buddy is now pouring hot water inside, and it's adjusting right now. So it's around 38 right now. And what this does is that it will trigger the pump, and then as you can see, it's slowly changing from 38 to 37. Yeah. And then we can just go back and let it do its work. So the pump actually runs uninterrupted. And for another example, we can actually check the ppm. Yeah, it's a homemade ppm sensor, but we haven't activated, so we can't be able to run it. So we have to go to the setup sensors and activate the ppm, and then it's activated. So once you monitor it, you can see it's around 1000 ppm. It fluctuates here and there, but it's actually at a steady pace. So now when we go back, we have an override function. Yeah, so overriding is required when you feel like, okay, maybe the water supply is not enough, or when you're actually restocking the water supply. So when you override, you can actually override one or pump 2, and so you have the knob to control the speed of the pump. And once you feel that you override enough, so you have supplied enough water and you feel the system can go back to its normal, you just have to press the OK button, and then you'll stop running. Yeah, and once you're done with everything, you can just exit and you switch off menu.
Thanks for watching the video. We would like to thank Dr. Chu and Mr. Walter and Mr. Louis and Israel for supporting and giving us advice on our model. Thank you.